Hello, Halifax. I hope you guys are having a great partner meeting. Sorry that I'm not there. Wish I was. It's always a great time. My name's Don McPherson. I'm a partner in risk advisory. I wanted to speak with you today a little bit about my journey with one of the hyperscalers over the past year, which is AWS. I've had an opportunity to get to know their team and do some interesting work that I want to take a few minutes of your time and walk you through that today. I've been doing work with AWS indirectly since 2017 when we kicked off a project with the Vancouver Fraser Port Authority around container examination. What is container examination, you ask? Well, about 3% of containers coming into Canada are flagged as being high risk. Those containers are taken out of their normal workflow. They're brought to a facility where a team from CBSA opens up the container, examines the contents, and typically then puts the contents back in the container. The container's returned to the port, and then it moves on from there. So in 2017, we were brought in to help review the process related to container examination. We ended up developing a platform, a blockchain-based platform that allowed for the port to track the containers through the life cycle that I just walked you through, and ensure that that service level agreements between the different parties were being met, and improve overall the transparency and efficiency of that process. There's a number of parties involved in that process so that we were able to extract data into the container tracking platform from some of the systems, but other organizations needed to enter data manually into the system. And so we were running into lag times in terms of the timeliness with which people were entering data into the system. And we were also running into data qualities just around keying in container IDs, which are quite lengthy alphanumeric codes. And so running into some issues there that we were struggling with. The platform that we built was actually hosted on AWS. And so we were talking with them about opportunities to advance some of the issues that we were dealing with and come up with ways to solve them. Around the same time, AWS was launching a platform called Panorama, which is an edge-based computer vision platform. Computer vision allows you to translate video images into data that can be actioned and incorporated into other systems, ERP platforms, what have you. And so the idea of looking to automate data collection really aligned well with the platform they were developing. And so we started talking about how Panorama could be used to track container movement throughout the examination process, and actually structured a project with AWS where they co-invested with us to develop an asset that would allow Vancouver Fraser Port Authority, CBSA, and other parties involved with container examination to monitor through video cameras the movement of containers through that process. The way we structured things with AWS, it was that we actually invested half of our team's time, and AWS gave us green dollars to cover the costs of the remainder of their time. The port received the asset at no cost, but as part of their commitment to moving this forward, the port actually agreed to an operate service for several years on the back end of this project, so that they had a skin in the game as well. We then spent the past year working with AWS to actually build out the algorithms necessary to track the containers through the examination process. And AWS has been great in terms of promoting this work outside of Canada, actually globally, through their annual conference, AWS reInvent, which I had the privilege to present at in December in Las Vegas. They've also published articles about this work in both Forbes and the Wall Street Journal. And so it's been really impressive how they've rallied around this initiative, promoting both the work that we're doing at the port, promoting Deloitte, and the value of the asset that we've developed here. We were able to build a great working relationship with AWS. They have a team in Seattle that is dedicated 100% entirely to working with Deloitte, supporting teams from Deloitte, supporting Deloitte in building more assets. So this kind of work, and they were really great to work with. I hadn't worked directly with a hyperscaler previous to this project. And so the idea of building relationships with AWS, where I've gone from this initial deal to actually having a few different opportunities with GTAA, with the port, and with other accounts that I'm now working on with AWS. We also have regular account connections where they may be active on an account like CBSA, we're active on the account. And so just getting together with them and talking through opportunities to work together to support our clients, bringing the best of both organizations to bear is something that, if you'd asked me 2 years ago, I would have said I'm not a hyperscaler guy. I followed all the hyperscaler discussions within the firm, but a year later, I'm in active discussions with AWS. I have great relationships with a lot of people on their team. And it's really changed not only, the services that I'm taking to market, but really, the way I'm looking at client opportunities, the way I'm looking at partnerships. And so I've really appreciated the opportunity to go down this path with AWS. I feel that we can always add a lot of value to an organization like AWS because they don't have the relationships, the depth of industry understanding that we would have, and we don't have the technical infrastructure that they have. So I found it to be mutually beneficial. We still own all the relationships that we bring to them. They're just there to support us and help build things out. And so, that would have been, I guess, one of my fears is that they would kind of use us and then cut us out of the loop. And it's just been the opposite. They're there when called upon, they're interested in getting in front of the client, but by no means looking to disintermediate us or do anything sort of less than supporting our organization and their organization working together. So I wanted to share my story with you. Hopefully, my journey of going from a bit of an outsider on the hyperscaler discussion to someone that is now quite active, working with the team within Deloitte on AWS, hopefully gives you some cause for pause and ideas about where maybe you could get involved. And I hope everyone has a great partner meeting, and I look forward to connecting with you all soon. Thanks. Bye for now.